the Golden State Warriors. Yo, we haven't talked about this team that much this past season, but I swear to you, they finna be on the map this coming season. You better believe it. Before we start, I gotta give every single one of y'all a huge shout out for the love and the support in the past 2 videos, bro. 2 days, we hitting these type of views on this channel? Y'all are lit. This is just the beginning. If you haven't subscribed, join the journey because we're gonna have a lot of fun together talking some NBA and some hoops. Like this video. Let's get straight into the video, fam. Now I gotta start off by saying, and I hope y'all don't judge me, maybe some of y'all will actually agree with me, that because of the pandemic and because of this COVID and all this horrible stuff that's happening right now, the NBA really served as a foundation of some type of therapy for me. And I say this to a lot of people, that with everything going on, the NBA season was one of those things that I kind of just really look forward to at the end of the day, to watch a game and just kind of forget for a couple hours all the crazy stuff that's going on, right? So I got to give a huge shout out to the NBA. They made it safe, no COVID, appearances once the bubble happened, and it really kind of helped a lot of people, got us hyped. And man, now we talking about the NBA, and I don't want to stop, bro. I don't even want to stop, man, because I'm having a lot of fun. This Warriors team, as we talked about in the beginning, they really were not talked about as much as prior years, because when you had that healthy squad, bro, how could you not talk about this team? Right? When you thought about the Warriors, you thought about the Cavaliers. And when you thought about the Cavaliers, you thought about the Warriors. Because we already knew that ain't no team stopping these 2 teams from going to the finals. And I'm going to say this right now to y'all, the Cavaliers more so than the Warriors for those years. Because nobody stopped. Man, the statistics show for LeBron 10 years straight to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Or however many years that was. Bro, this dude lives in the finals. And if you were playing in the East, it doesn't matter who you are. And unfortunately, as a Bulls fan, I had to see that first and foremost. But of course, we know the Raptors and the Celtics. And man, we don't need to go through every team in the East. LeBron dominated that era. But the Warriors slowly also did the same. This team slowly did the same. We started noticing it when Stephen Curry, I think I tell everybody, Curry's big game that really defined and showcased who he was, and he actually became Curry that day, was against the New York Knicks. And there's videos like that on YouTube where you can see. And I remember watching that live. They got Tyson Chandler on the team back in the day, right? Seeing that live where Curry had like 50-something points and became Curry. And we already know what happens after that. 2-time MVP. This dude just kills it, man. Making game winners in that one against OKC. Woo, crazy. So, we know that this Warriors team, since that, have just been on the map, right? That first season go into the finals, the second season go into the finals, and, this team actually beats Jordan's record, 73-9, with Klay Thompson. This is even before Durant, So this team clearly determined themselves, and they literally showcased, and the statistics prove that they're one of the best teams of all time, even without Durant. Now, of course, you add Durant into the mix, and this team just became the biggest cheat code team of all time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even a question that they would make the finals. And as soon as they went up against LeBron James, even though he had one amazing game one of the best performances in NBA Finals history, him alone was not enough to beat this Warriors team stacked with Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? So Durant got his 2 rings, Curry and Klay got their rings, and they really dominated the NBA for some time. And honestly, there's a good chance that they could have done the same if, of course, Durant and Thompson didn't get injured when Kawhi and, of course, the Raptors won. But now we already know, right? We just setting up the stage. Now we know that this team has been dispersed. Durant is now doing his thing with the Brooklyn Nets. Klay Thompson is sticking with this team. Curry is sticking with this team, and Draymond is sticking with this team. To be honest, that was the core 3. Shout out to Iggy. You already know Iggy's a big dude. He's a boss. Huge place in my heart, for gaming reasons and whatnot. Yeah, if you're an OG, you know. So that is that. But though that's the core 3. So when we look at this Warriors team now, and I had to build this up, these videos are becoming a lot longer than I would think, but I'm having fun with it. So I like this video if y'all enjoy, but I had to set it up. Thompson is coming back off this injury. He's going to be fine. He is a shooter. He's versatile. Look at Zach LaVine right now. Look at Rose after all these injuries. He's not MVP Rose, but, look at Zach LaVine, a younger version, and this guy's still athletic as anything. So I think Klay Thompson, who's not known for his athleticism, he's known for his shooting, and he'll play some good defense, I think he's going to be just okay. And now you got Stephen Curry, who, man, he didn't lose a step. I was looking at some of the statistics, right? Curry literally only played 5 games this past season. You know what I'm saying? 5 games this past season. He averaged 21 points a game, or 20.8. He's going to be just fine. The prior season, 27. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, he's going to be ready. He's going to be at that elite level coming into this season. You can expect that. Draymond Green, he played okay. You know what I'm saying? He never really was a big statistics guy. He's kind of that dude. He's not about the stats, but he just makes that seem better. 8 points, 6 rebounds, and about 6.5 assists. That's what he does. I anticipate that increasing. And of course, Klay Thompson, before he got injured, this dude was averaging easily about 20 points, 21 points a game. And his shooting numbers were just off the roof, bro. Shooting 40% from the 3-point line, just unbelievable, right? So we already know who Klay Thompson is. But what I want to bring to y'all attention is somebody who some people sometimes don't think about or talk about, and that's Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins, bro, on this Golden State Warriors team, or even outside of this Warriors team, has been a consistent scorer. Yo, and I'm kind of mind-boggled that this dude is only 24 years old. Andrew Wiggins is only 24 years old, bro. He hasn't even hit his prime, right? The thing about Wiggins is he was given so many expectations. I go back, what I'm saying? It was between Wiggins and Jabari Parker, if you go that back. Trying for the Bulls. The Bulls wanted Jabari because he's from Chicago, but Andrew Wiggins and Jabari, those were the two dudes. So it's so much hype coming into the league. It was expected that Wiggins was going to be like that next Kobe. He was going to be that next, huge franchise player, and he got his money. Don't get me wrong. And he had a couple of those 50-point games and those scoring performances, but he just really didn't, live up to that hype that was expected of him. Hence, the Timberwolves sticking with Cat. But bro, this dude averaged, 23 points a game a season, 22.5, in Minnesota last season, and then almost 20 points a game in 12 games with the Warriors. 20 points a game. Dude, this dude is a certified bucket. Don't tell me he's not. He could score the rock. And now you telling me with Andrew Wiggins potentially being, the third option, this is a big potential. Why? Because, number one, if the Warriors choose to keep him being that third option after after Curry and Klay, that's insane. But what I honestly think is that the Warriors are going to try to use Wiggins and that first round pick that they have, number 2, fam, and try to get themselves a big player. And by big player, I think it's going to be a Joel Embiid. I'm going to say that right here. I think it's going to be a Joel Embiid because this team right now is ready to compete. I don't think and I could be wrong. That's why I'm leaving it to y'all in the comments down below. And it's very, possible that this team stays with Wiggins and they pick Wiseman to get their big man at the, for the draft, and they compete, right? But this team also, I know, wants to win, and I know for sure that they have to be their best because they're going up against a stacked as anything Clipper squad, and they have to go up against the defending champs, LeBron James, and you already know he is planning on getting some vengeance on this Warriors team. You know what I'm saying? So the Warriors have a lot of things to do, but when you look at Philadelphia, Joel Embiid, who's also very young, had a great season last year, averaging, about 20-something points a game. He averaged 23 points, got himself a solid, almost 10 rebounds a game. And, this dude is a double-double machine, and what he started doing is shooting a lot of threes this season. With Doc Rivers now the coach of this team, it's very possible that he sticks with Simmons and Joel Embiid. But hey, maybe it's time to stick with Simmons and get your number 2 pick, and then get your bona fide scorer, who is Andrew Wiggins, who still would be maybe a second option behind, of course, Simmons, and then you got Tobias. So that is really what a lot of people are starting to speculate. Jay Williams himself said this Warriors team could very well trade that pick that they have, number 2, and Andrew Wiggins, and obtain a Joel Embiid. And, someone mentioned, but the Warriors are really that shooting type of squad. Well, look at Joel Embiid. This dude, has he not proven that he's a scorer from that 3-point line? A lot of his shots came from there. Of course, he could dominate down low, but he could shoot that three. And that is something that could really make this Warriors team nasty with of course, Curry, a Klay Thompson, a Draymond Green, a Joel Embiid. Yo, that sounds pretty nasty. So I want to hear from y'all in the comments down below, right? This is what it's all about. I talked about the different scenarios. We talked about the whole history of the Warriors, man. Like a little documentary up in here. But I got to hear from y'all. What is going to happen with the Warriors this upcoming offseason? Are they going to go ahead and stay with the core that they have in Wiggins and that number 2 pick, probably Wiseman, as their big? Or are they going to trade that combo of Wiggins plus, of course, the number 2 pick? And most likely, if I had to think of a team they would trade it to, it would be for Joel Embiid. So y'all let me know in the comments down below. Mad respect to everybody. Like this video if y'all enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the comments because it's about to be lit. Peace.